Hey gang, AV here, and welcome to my third Sideshow Christmas Countdown figure. And which of the three will it be? Well, you probably already know after reading the video description. But, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, it's going to be Yoda. I know, that was subtle, wasn't it? Anyway, before we get in the actual figure again, I'm going to get into the way of the shot. And show you off the box. And as usual, the box has a front, it's got a back, it's got two sides, it's got a top, it's got a bottom, and that's about it. It's also a Sideshow exclusive, meaning it comes with some special stuff. One or two things. Can't get anywhere else. And it didn't have a gatefold box, but it did have an item tray, of course. Getting a little tongue-tied, but that's nothing new. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you know that happens often. And here it is, the item tray. Do-do-do. Okay. I'm going to try to show these off as best I can. Comes with a whole bunch of different hands, different feet. He's got like 4 hands and feet there. 4 hands and feet over here. He's got his lightsaber handle. He's got his other portrait, as they call it, or head sculpt, if you will. This is his calm face. This is his holocron, which is what is exclusive about the figure. It's his little training cube thing. This is his Jedi Council chamber chair, and even though it is hollow, it is not hollow. It actually does have a base on it, which is nice. So that is what I've got in the item tray, not currently displayed on the figure itself. So yeah, just to sum it up, he has what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 hands and feet, extra hands and feet. So 14 hands and feet total. And the funny thing is about this figure is that the hands and feet, you actually have to look pretty close to tell them apart half the time, because they're all 3 digits. You know, it's like a foot and a hand. You know, it's like, and you can swap them out, which is funny. So if you wanted him doing a handstand with a lightsaber being held by his foot, you can. Yep. Drop the cane, and I'll get to that in a minute. But let's like bring him up close, because he is a small figure. So yeah, there you go. Very, very, very nice sculpt on this guy. And nice paint detail too. And look at that. Okay. Alright. And for a size comparison, there he is on the base with Luke. So you can see, barely comes up past the guy's knees. The other item it came with was the little hovering chair from, I believe, Clone Wars. Instead of a standard base, he came with that. I have, this is like the Hasbro Yoda. Just so you can see for size scale comparison. And just to point it out, this figure, as nice as he looks, it's got a, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5 points of articulation. Kind of limited. Especially compared to this guy, who is just off the charts. I mean, he's got twisting feet, he's got double jointed knees, hips, waist, crunch, he's got his neck pivot, turn, you know, Ball jointed shoulders, double jointed elbows, wrist hinges. Oh, he's got foot hinges too, I forgot to mention. Articulation all over the place. And his cloak has got that nifty keen wire sewn into the seam of it. So it'll hold a pose. If you take the time to actually pose it in like a wind-swept way, like that, like he's making a leap or something, it'll hold it. See? Good stuff. Good stuff. Oops. And he dropped his saber. All in all, good figure. He even comes with like relaxed feet so that he looks comfortable when he's sitting down. Pretty cool. This was one of my more recent figures, one of my more recent acquisitions. I just got him from Sideshow, maybe about a month and a half ago. I missed out on the Empire Strikes Back version that they had a couple years ago, and I almost broke down and bought the Christmas version. I kicked myself for not getting it, but I wish I had. Basically, I'd always wanted a Sideshow Yoda. Yoda is one of my most favorite characters ever, not just from Star Wars, but period. And I really wanted a Sideshow version of him represented on my shelf. And I'm happy I have him, especially, you know, I'm not happy I waited, but I'm happy I got him because this is a good figure and, you know, comes with a decent amount of accessories. In closing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good thing about this figure, bar none, has got to be his likeness. I mean, he is just, the detail on him is just unbelievable. He's easily one of the top 3 best detailed toys I have. Easy. Like with his sculpt and his paint, he's just, I mean, look at that face. That's just crazy. One of the best looking toys I've got. And he's all in all, he's a great figure. You know, sculpt, paint, accessories, posability. Very good stuff. The bad is the price. It's $100, which is not that bad considering considering everything you get for him and the fact that he is a Sideshow figure and he's made with good quality. But I mean, with all the accessories you get, you kind of get the impression that they threw all that stuff in just to justify the $100 price tag. Because let's face it, you're paying $100 for a guy that's barely the size of a G.I. Joe. I mean, he's not that tall at all. I mean, he's in perfect scale. I mean, that's how big he's supposed to be, but still, you know, that's a kind of a bitter pill to swallow when you think about it like that. So, like, but they do make up for it by throwing a crap load of accessories your way, like I said, with the cane. Nice lightsaber. I mean, it's a nice lightsaber. Well painted. But still, $100 for a 4-inch figure is kind of a stretch. The ugly, on the other hand, has got to be the fact that, as I pointed out, he comes with 10 interchangeable hands and feet. 10! Well, 14 total. 10 different types of hands. And none of them can hold his cane or his lightsaber that well. I mean, you'd think that they'd give us some. I mean, this holds it. But it's such a tight fit that I'm afraid I'm going to scrape the paint just by putting it in there. Eesh. And I mean, his cane, this is his cane hand, and even though you can kind of get it like that, it's not very secure. And it won't be, and you can't hold it like this very well either. I mean, it just falls out. Plus, I mean, he doesn't need 2 chairs. I mean, let's face it, when you come with a Yoda figure that's this posable, has a posable cloak, and a lightsaber, you're not going to pose him sitting down. I mean, this is a good thing to have, if maybe as a prop in the back of your display, but he doesn't need 2 chairs. I mean, come on. Alright, I've bitched enough. All in all, it's an awesome figure, don't get me wrong. I just like to bitch. But yeah, Sideshow Yoda, very, very good figure. Very good figure. And even though you might think that the $100 is kind of a stretch, and I did use that as the bad because it is kind of a stretch when you think about the fact that he's only about 4 inches tall and they're asking $100. It's still, I'd still do it again. I'm very, very happy with this guy. Very happy. I just wish he had better hands. But anyway. Yeah. That was my Sideshow Yoda figure. The 3rd figure that I have reviewed for my Sideshow Christmas Countdown. Stay tuned for one of these 2 in a couple of days. Alright, gang, take care.